really good today. But I understand he's coming in a lot of pressure. The way he's just operated as a batter shows his mindset. Just have a look. When he comes at the start, when he's looking to play on merit, look at how high his hands are and just reacts to a ball. And when he decides he wants to play a big shot, slightly lower hands and taps the bat to get momentum and rhythm. And it's a premeditated shot, so goes through with it, gets the hand speed, gets under the ball and hits those big ones. And not surprising why he's hit 2 of the biggest sixes in the tournament so far. And every time he's looking to hit big, he does the same thing. The bat tap to get the momentum and the bat speed to follow.
Lovely cocking of the wrist as well to get that power. But he's done something, and he said he did it on his own. That was just spreading his hands a bit on the handle.
In poker, you'd call that a tell, wouldn't you? The question is, can the bowlers pick that up and recognise when the big shot is coming and do something of their own to challenge that intent?
It's a very hard thing because the bat tap that he does is almost at the jump of the bowler. So it's going to be very hard for him. But if they watch the back lift and how high it is, there is a bit of a tell there.
They all go up. It's very confident. He's straight away gone up, Kushal Mendis. Didn't waste any time, didn't ask the bowler.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for caught behind. Original decision is not out. I've checked the front foot, it's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on, please? It's gone very close to the glove there, so we'll go to ultra, and we've got some spikes there. Just keep riding that through. Yeah, I've got the ball on, mate. Just go back 1 frame, please. Yep, there. So I've got ball on the glove, and I've got a spike. So I'll go back to Paul on field. Paul, I've got a spike when the ball's on the glove. So you'll be changing your decision to out. You're on the screen now.
So there you go, slight spike, and Surya Kumar Yadav has to depart. The crowd disappointed. Sri Lanka will take that because he could be very dangerous in these final overs. He goes for 12, 276.
The all-new Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips taste so good that nothing else matters. Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips, so crispy, so tender.
Weekly Extreme Plus लगाओ, free McDonald's cone पाओ, सिर्फ 380 रुपए में।
एक घूंट में जागेगी खेल की उमंग, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
जब हर घूंट हो स्ट्रॉन्ग तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान।
बड़े होकर बिस्मा मारूफ बनो।
आए बनाए लड़कियों के लिए और क्रिकेट रोल मॉडल्स। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
दुनिया का नंबर 1 ब्रांड ज़ेन अब पाकिस्तान में।
Little over 8 overs remaining.
A happy hunting ground for Ravindra Jadeja. Never forget, he got 36 or 37. I don't know how much it was the last over of the game against RCB. On Harshal Patel, played some lovely shots. The bounce is always something that he likes.
And he's away with a couple.
He's bowled very well today, Madhushanka. Right from the outset, he's been the bowler who's been thinking really well, and that's shown. Surya Kumar looking for the full one, but a short and a quick one, making a fine part of the glove and into the safe hands of Kusal Mendis, who knew from the outset that it clearly hit the glove.
Yes, it hasn't been a brilliant performance by Sri Lanka in the field today. Some of their fielding and catching has been below standard. Some of the bowling very much below standard, but Madhushanka has been a shining light for them today and throughout this tournament. He's right up there at the top of the wicket takers list. Left armour, left armour, left armour. 3, 1, 2, 3. Afridi, Madhushanki, Marco Jansen.
And the way he's bowling, he's got every chance of taking a 5 for today. Still 2 overs to go after this. 279 for 5.
DK, to come back to your poker tell, I'm trying to think of other batters in the tournament, or indeed in world cricket, who just give the bowlers a bit of a tell. We were discussing off air about the Butler shoulder waggle.
Surya Kumar is someone who has a bit of a tell depending on what field he sees. If there's a lot of gap on the offside, he'll open up and look to create room to hit over the offside. But the beauty is, even if you know it, sometimes hard to stop him. Butler had this tell around the 2018 when he looked to reverse sweep. He'll get his hands lower, and I remember spotting once and telling the bowler, but since then someone's told Butler that and he's changed it.
And he plays the conventional sweep, is it?
Very much so.
And a half century. See, today was the intent. Just under a little bit of pressure, but he's come out and smashed it.
You've got to stand up and applaud Shreyas Iyer, not for the shots, not for how he's batted, but his mindset. I think this is one where he's shown the world when he's pushed to a corner, he comes out aggressive. Got to applaud the man. He's been under pressure, questions asked whether he should be playing. He's shown everybody the skills that he's got. When he gets going, he's quite the player.
And the bat to the top in 36 ball half century. And that too on the back of 2 players getting out, one in the 80s, one in the 90s, then to come out and play in that fashion. And it's great to see. That's how he got there. He's playing it late, opening the face of the blade. That's why I think the Indian team management persists with him. Has this ability to convert starts into big scores.
People have short memories sometimes. Since the 2019 World Cup, he's arguably been one of India's best batters in this format. At times when he gets out, it doesn't look the best, and hence people say they doubt his skills. But on the other hand, I think you need to look at the positives, because when he gets going, he can tear apart attacks. And that's his strength.
Nine of the over. It's 288 for 5.
फास्ट से जगमगाए हर खेल का अंदाज, रियल क्वालिटी की पहचान। फास्ट, तारों से सितारों तक।
सिर्फ 10 मिनट? ओके, आई विल बी रेडी। गोल्डन पर्ल अर्जेंट फेशियल 10 मिनट में लो पार्लर जैसे फेशियल कर लो। गोल्ड
So coming up tomorrow, there should be an interesting clash. Netherlands taking on Afghanistan, who played some fabulous cricket in this year's World Cup.
Two of the best in terms of how well they've punched above their weight. Afghanistan producing 3 games where they won against teams ranked above them. Netherlands, on the other hand, have been really solid in this tournament as well, led by a very able captain, Scott Edwards.
Those 2 points there will be very important, because in view of the Champions Trophy coming up, it'll push them up the table.
Tell me about it. Oh Lord, top 8 qualifying for Champions Trophy.
I think there'll be a few worried Englishmen there.
More than a few. More than a few.
Can you imagine if Netherlands win and the only European team in the Champions Trophy others?
We'll all be following the Orange Army. Curious way of qualification, though. Qualification for a different competition, I'm not sure.
You also see how sides are improving over the years. The exposure they're getting in white ball cricket, T20 cricket. Shreyas Iyer from the outset has played some terrific shots. All sixes in this innings, all big ones. Heading it into the stands easily.
When you see him hit like that, and the combination, of course, of having seen him get out to the short ball, you can see why teams are going to be bowling short and getting it above waist height. He looks so dangerous hitting down the ground. We were talking off air, myself and Dinesh, about the kind of...
That's why some of the biggest sixes are hit because of that bounce.
India at a stage we're looking at well past 350 because they're just down to 7 batters now because of the lack of Hardik Pandya and the extra batter because of that. And at this stage you can see why Shreyas Iyer is probably just brought down a gear a notch, and he's thinking he just needs to bat a couple of overs before he goes back to his mode of trying to hit those big shots.
Yeah, probably wait for the last 3 or 4 overs, because you've got Shami next, Bumrah next, Kuldeep, Shami, Siraj. So single to keep the strike. 295 for 5.
The all-new Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips taste so good that nothing else matters. Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips, so crispy, so tender.
चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
कहीं किसी ने किसी क्रिकेट की दीवानी लड़की का साथ दिया तो बिस्मा मारूफ बन गई।
टैग में दिए हुए QR कोड को स्कैन करें और कैडबरी क्रिकेट स्कॉलरशिप्स हासिल करें।
कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
दुनिया का नंबर 1 ब्रांड ज़ेन अब पाकिस्तान में।
To me, of how good the 50-over format is, that game between Australia and New Zealand, for example, down on Charlotte, Australia went off like a firecracker, but there was time in the game for New Zealand to get themselves back into it, and I think it's a reminder of the opportunities that the 50-over game offer, actually.
Absolutely, and that's why I feel when people speak about this format, they need to understand the ebbs and flows of it, and I think this over could be a big one for Shreyas Iyer.
Excellent fielding. Saved a certain boundary. That's Tikshana's last over. I'm sure Shreyas Iyer is aware of that.
Yeah, saved a certain boundary, and it's a 1, and therefore gets Shreyas Iyer off strike and at the non-striker's end. And Tikshana will be doubly thankful, therefore.
What Tikshana is doing to Iyer is very clever. He's bowling it full and he's bowling it into his pad, so he's not giving him his arms any room to just go through the ball distance. He has to get it perfectly into his shoes.
That's good bowling again. Really good bowling. Full length. Not allowing him to get underneath it to get the elevation. Quite happy to see Shreyas Iyer at the other end.
Shreyas Iyer probably needs to give himself a little room, or at least come inside and then back out, so that he gives the impression that the bowler has to bowl a lot fuller and hence will go on the off stump, and that will give the room. Right now he's just stood there and he's just trying to play a shot, and Tikshna is just on top of him. He needs to just show intent by moving around in the crease a little bit.
They look to clear that front leg for sure. Oh, that's gone through. It's well bowled by signal.
The 300 comes up for India. They played a lot of lovely shots, but this one is thanks to Kusal Mendis. It's a very good ball here again from Tikshna. Literally thinking like a fast bowler and bowling those Yorkers. Kusal Mendis up a bit early, went through his pads. Please don't tell me Shreyas Iyer looked to beat the pads of the keeper.
Oh, it was very close to the bat there. Yeah, it looked as if he got some bat on it. Byes were given, and you can see Shreyas looking at the umpire, the non-strikers end now. 3 or 4 for 5.
Yes, in fact, after Byes was signalled, Shreyas Iyer was stood mid-pitch.
न बिजली जाती है न बिजली का बिल आता है, तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन गोल्ड करें। इनवर्क्स सोलर एनर्जी, बिल की फिक्र से
Byes was signalled, Shreyas Iyer was stood mid-pitch.
न बिजली जाती है न बिजली का बिल आता है, तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन गोल्ड करें। इनवर्क्स सोलर एनर्जी, बिल की फिक्र से
Byes was signalled, Shreyas Iyer was stood mid-pitch.
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ बिजली का बिल आता है, तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन गोल्ड करें। इनवर्क्स सोलर एनर्जी,
एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे। 200 डेटा 2000 की सिर्फ 1600
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ बिजली का बिल आता है, तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन गोल्ड करें। इनवर्क्स सोलर एनर्जी,
But he's on strike now with 5 overs to go. Rajit back into the attack. He looks at the umpire. Went after him earlier. But he's on strike now with 5 overs to go. Rajit back into the attack. He looks at the umpire. Went after him earlier. But he's on strike now with 5 overs to go. Rajit back into the attack. He looks at the umpire. Went after him earlier. Shami, but he's on strike.
Tell you what, Ravi, the one batter who's impressed me amongst all the bowlers is Jasprit Bumrah. A, he's improved. B, he's willing to fight. He wants to stay out there. He's not giving away his wicket easily. You know, a lot of bowlers who just probably throw it away looking to play for a big shot, but Ravi, Jasprit Bumrah is actually one batter who's impressed me amongst all the bowlers. Even in the Asia Cup, A, he's improved. B, he's willing to fight. He wants to stay out there. He's not giving away his wicket easily. You know, a lot of bowlers who just probably throw it away looking to play for a big shot, but Ravi, Jasprit Bumrah is actually one batter who's
Been chasing on 80 on that further by 100 runs in the 239 at the end. Big difference, but those last 7 or 8 overs when Bumrah was in with the bat was a significant difference in that game. England could have been chasing on 80 on that further by 100 runs in the 239 at the end. Big difference, but those last 7 or 8 overs
just biding his time. He really wants to get after the bowling.
on 80
He'll wait out this over and then
239 at the end.
maybe one more, 3 overs to go. Just biding his time. One big really from here can get India close to 350. For batting. New ball will do a bit under lights, and then after that he'll come on nicely.
On 80,
he'll wait out this over and
I get the feeling this ball, he is trying to pick one.
just biding his
Saw him running in his body language. He's not looking for a single now.
Close to 350.
That makes